If you've been in the marketing space, you know how absolutely crucial it is to collect high quality data and use that to inform your marketing decisions, which is why in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can split test your cold email campaigns, what you should be split testing, how you should be split testing it, and exactly what you can do so you can copy and paste this directly into your own campaigns and supercharge your campaign performance so you can book as many meetings as possible. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. Diving straight in, what is A/B split testing? So in the context of this specifically, we're going to talk about it with scripts, but really you can A/B split test anything. An A/B split test is effectively when you are running two or more things, and in this case scripts, to the same audience to compare results. So you can A/B split test scripts, you can A/B split test audiences, you can A/B split test practically anything. It's effectively when you're running two of the same or two different things to the same audience and comparing which one got the better results so you can optimize and make better decisions based off of this. The reason why this is crucial and why you should be doing this in absolutely all of your campaigns is it's the best way that you can optimize your campaign. So you can have an idea of what you might think work. You might think that, hey, for this audience, we should do something with a shorter sentence or something with a 5 email long sequence or something with a 3 email long sequence or something with a really short copy or with a really long copy. There's all kinds of different things and guesses that you can make of what the market is going to be more receptive to and what's going to drive more replies and opens and ultimately meetings booked. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you're letting the market decide and letting the data decide what you should be doing, because you can always guess and guess what might work. But in reality, you should be checking what the audience is actually responding to and optimizing based on that. And these small incremental improvements over a long period of time can make a massive difference in your campaigns, because one split test could drive twice as much results, 3 times as much results, or even 20% more results, which over a long time horizon can make a massive difference in your campaign. So that's what A/B split testing is, why it's important. So we're going to cover A/B split testing. We're also going to cover spin tax. So spin tax, this is another also pseudo way that you're A/B testing stuff. You're running multiple variations in a similar way, but this is more so just to improve deliverability. I'm going to go a little bit deeper onto what spin tax is and how you can use it. This is effectively when you're running micro variations in your email, more so for the purpose of improving deliverability, and it's used in the same variation versus A/B split testing. You're doing more larger changes. But we're also going to cover what you should be split testing, why it's important. But without further ado, let me just dive into SmartLead and show you an example here. So for the sake of this video, I just put this really short email copy together, and we can talk about what should be split tested, why it should be split tested, and how you can kind of implement this in your own campaign. So the way that you split test in SmartLead is that you go over here, whenever you're creating an email copy, let's just add another sequence here. All you have to do is press this add variant button over here on the left. And when you press that, it's going to allow you to have an A test and a B test, and you can do C test, D test. You can have as many of these as you want to split test and see what works best. So for the sake of this video, let's just pretend that you're selling an meta ads plugin to an e-commerce audience. So I just put together random copy here, and we can talk about what should be split test, why it should be split test. So let's just say your copy here is, hey, I came across your brand online. Are you running meta ads? We have a plugin that can make your meta ads perform 30% better on average by leveraging AI. We recently helped XYZ brand get a 50% lower cost per click as a result. Open and trying it out. So this is the baseline copy that we're working with. Now, if we want to test and see, okay, what is the market going to respond better to? What can we try here that might drive a better result? There's a lot of different things. So going back to our diagram, what should you be split testing, or what could you be split testing? So you can really split test anything here. Like, let's say for this example, you could have split test A where you have this opening line, and split test B where you don't have this opening line, where you just have your email a little bit shorter. I would say that there's some stuff that really isn't worth split testing though, because you can find a million things. You can add little tweaks to each individual word, but at the end of the day, there's only a few things that actually drive results. So on the script writing or the copy side, this is the angles, like basically the way that you're approaching these people, like how you're pitching your product or service. Your personalization is another thing that could be worth split testing in your call to actions. I would not recommend split testing like little things like, hey, we have a plugin or we own a plugin that can make your meta ads, because these are just micro little words. They're ultimately not going to drive results, because these tiny little changes most people don't even notice. So the first things you want to split test are the big sweeping things, basically the biggest things that could drive the most impact. So you can split test subject lines. So let's say for an example here, let's copy this angle here. you can just split test a different subject line. So let's say you want to try this meta ads plugin question mark subject line, or you just want to do first name question mark as a subject line. So if you run both these campaigns, you have the exact same copy, and the only thing you're split testing here is the subject line, and this will allow you to get clear results. And the reason why you want to make sure that you're only split testing one thing at a time is that, let's say for example here, I split test the subject line, and then I also make a change to the copy here. So let's delete the the first line here in this example. If you have two split tests going on at once in this kind of setting here, you're not going to be able to tell if the difference in results is because you remove the first line, or if it's because of the subject line, or you might see slightly different results, but maybe it's the results would be even greater if you just did the subject line. So make sure, best practice whenever you're doing split tests, that you're only split testing one thing at a time. And if you want to split test multiple things at a time, make sure that the variants kind of reflect that. So let's say, for example, you want to split test both the subject line and the first line, then you can add two more variants here. You can copy and paste this in, and then you can give this variant this subject line. So you're having two examples of the same copy and then two sets of different subject lines. And so you can see kind of a portrayal of all of these. So that's essentially how you set up split tests. All you have to do is add variant and then copy and paste the copy that you have here and make it slightly different. Make sure that the thing you're split testing is something significant. So in this case, the big things I like to split test, going back to this, are the angles, the personalization, and the CTA. So what is an angle? In this case, the angle would be this second line here. So we have a plugin that can make your meta ads perform 30% on average better by leveraging AI. So the example we have here, we're kind of talking about AI, we're talking about the performance. Maybe in a different variation where we want to split test this, we can run a variation. Let's get rid of a couple of these just for the sake of simplicity. So let's say we have the exact same thing here. We're going to make the subject lines the exact same, but we want to split test the angle. So here we're talking about how we're improving performance. In another example, we can say we have a plugin that can be installed on your website in 30 seconds or less that drives an average of a 50% better conversion rate. So in this example, we're split testing, hey, we can get you 30% better ads performance leveraging AI, versus in this example, we're talking about conversion rate and we're talking about time. So these are two kind of different angles. And again, I'm doing this really quickly. So there's a lot of different ways I'm sure you can write this better or worse. For the sake of this video, we're just going to talk about what you should be split testing and why it's important. So making sure that your offer or your angle, these are very high leverage things, because the way that you present a solution, so you could present SEO as a way that you're driving more organic traffic, or another way you can present it is, hey, we're able to get you traffic without using paid ads. There's a lot of different ways you can kind of present what you're selling. And so that's a really high leverage thing that can make or break and really drive you better results. Something else that's worth testing is personalization. So the way that you're kind of approaching them. So, hey, I came across your brand online. Are you running meta ads? So this is a really light personalization, not going super in depth. But if you have other stuff here, like you want to split test variables, calling out their city, calling out their job title, calling out their company name, that's another really great thing that you can split test. And another great thing worth split testing is your call to action. So a call to action where you're saying open and trying it out. This is one example. Another thing that you can split test is giving a free trial. That's another great thing. In this example, you can split test getting on a call. You can split test asking them if they want more info. You can split test asking them if they want to see a quick video. There's a lot of different stuff on the call to action side too that can drive very major results if you're doing it properly. And then on the lead list side, so the way that you would split test different lead lists is by making separate campaigns. So you can run two campaigns in parallel with the exact same copy, the exact same split test. So you can split test the different job titles, headcounts, industries. So in this example, we're talking about an ads plugin that helps them get better results. We can run this to Shopify stores in this example, or in another example, you can run it to local businesses. So there's a lot of different really great things you should try split testing. Smart Lead has a lot of features that make this super easy. So like adding variant and being able to just plug and play just with these slight differences in the campaign. And then once you launch the campaign, I'm going to jump over into the analytics dashboard. All right, so once you launch this campaign inside Smart Lead, you're going to get a really detailed breakdown of your split tests and the types of results they're getting. So here's an example campaign. I'm going to have this blurred out here, the campaign details and what we're running to. But really all that matters here is these A/B tests. You can see in this A/B test, we've sent about 5,000 emails collectively across these 3 variations. And already after sending a few thousand each one of these, you can already see a big difference in the amount of positive replies you're getting. I would still recommend for the example of this campaign that I'm going to send a little bit more emails to get more data. But you can see in this variation, we're getting on average 50% more replies to this email A variation. And we got 4 times as many positive replies. So one quick thing I can do after we run this out, collect more data, see how many emails we're sending and make sure this is statistically significant, is that we can double down on email B and see what's going different and get better results. Because if we ran, let's say, all 5,000 emails, future pacing this out, we could see, an improvement of about 2 to 3 times just based off of trying this one separate variation and running this at scale. So this is the type of stuff whenever you dial in your split test and you start running your campaigns, you send out a couple thousand, a few thousand emails out to all these different variations, you're going to start to see clear differences that, hey, this email 1B is actually strongly outperforming email 1A because we're not only getting more replies, but we're also getting a higher positive reply percentage. And so as we run this campaign and collect more data, we're going to be able to make more data-driven approaches. So this is A/B split testing mainly for the purpose of making sure that you're getting better results for your campaigns. So now jumping back into our campaign dashboard here, another thing that you can use A/B split testing, or in this case, we're going to talk about spin tax to improve your deliverability. What we're going to talk about here is spin tax. So spin tax is kind of like A/B split testing. It allows you to run half your traffic to one thing and half your traffic to another thing. But this is mainly for deliverability purposes. So these big email sending providers, Google, Microsoft, all these big platforms, they see that if someone sends the exact same email out over and over and over again with very little variation, they catch on pretty quickly that this person is sending out automated emails and they're going to send you out into the spam folder if people are reporting them as spam. So one thing you can do to help combat this and make sure that you're landing in the inbox consistently is to employ spin tax. So spin tax, what it looks like here is, so let's say you say, I came across your brand online. You can say, I stumbled across your brand online. So what you can do inside Smart Lead, the way it looks is you do this open curly brace and then you can put variation 1 here and then you put the bracket and then you can put variation 2 here. You can put another bracket, put variation 3 here. And so what Smart Lead will do is in the first email, they'll send out variation A. In the second email, they'll send out variation B. And in the third email, they'll send out variation C. So what this looks like is in half the emails, it's going to say stumbled, and in half the emails, it's going to say came. Now, why this is important is, again, this really isn't for testing to see, if we have stumbled or came across your brand online, how big of a difference this is actually going to make, because in the grand scheme of things, people are going to glaze over these words and they all kind of mean the same thing. The main purpose of this is for deliverability purposes. So if you do this across your entire email, you're going to have a bunch of different permutations that Smart Lead is going to be able to send out for you. And what this is going to allow Smart Lead to do is send out all these different variations, which will allow you to get better results with your deliverability, because Google and Microsoft and all these main email providers are going to see that all your emails aren't exactly the same and they're going to look more human and less automated, which again will allow you to dodge the spam folder. So this is one of the many features. And so when we go over here into the final review tab, I'm just going to turn off the split test so you can see. So you can see here over on the final review tab, hi, Ronnie, I stumbled across your brand online. And then in the next email, hi, Jeff, I came across your brand online. So between all these emails, it just does these micro variations. And so when you do this across your entire email, you can do hi and hey, you can do hello, and you can add this across all your emails. And so now we're going to multiply this out. You can see there's 3 variations here, 2 variations here. Now we have 6 unique variations, and we do this across your emails. You can get hundreds of unique variations, which again will help with deliverability, make your emails seem less automated, and ultimately help you land in the inbox folder consistently. So if you click across, you can see hi, stumbled, and this is hi, stumbled as well. Hello, I came across. You can see hello, I came across. So all these different variations, it's going to allow you to have a bunch of different variations in your emails. So that's exactly how you can use A/B split testing in your cold email campaigns. And you can use this not only, again, to drive better results by seeing what the market wants, what the market is better responding to, but you can also see it can be used to increase your deliverability by having micro variations in your emails, which allows your emails to seem more human and less automated, which allows you, again, to get out of the spam folder and be in the inbox more consistently. So if you want to check out more videos like this, check out the other videos on the channel. And if you want to try out Smart Lead or check out all the stuff related to this channel, check the first links in the description below. Appreciate you guys and see you in the next video.